Alright, we got the Eastport Plaza sign rocking. You can see there we got a couple different places on there. Joanne Fabrics, Ross, Wingstop, Taco Bell, H&R Block, and more importantly, why we're here today, right there, IZZY'S Pizza, which this sign will probably be taken down here shortly as well. But I wanted to come and document this. Eastport Plaza has been here since the 60s. So I'm guessing this this sign will be taken down here shortly as well. But that's where we are headed, right there, IZZY'S Pizza, and a whole lot more. Stay tuned. Today's gonna be a fun one.
Here's our version of Chicago-style pizza. It's better than the original. What is Chicago-style pizza? It starts with our fabulous thick Chicago-style crust. Delectable ingredients are added until it's high as a pie. Then nearly half a pound of cheeses, another crust, and our own savory sauce. You can choose beef, chicken, or spinach. Come in and try one. They're indescribably delicious. And remember...
Alright, so we are back creeping. How the heck are you guys? It's Clear Ski, and it is kind of a rainy, drizzly day. But like Adam the Woo says, heck it! We're gonna do some vlogging, whether the weather's nice or not. Kind of a hit or miss today, but where we're going to is one of Portland's and Oregon's really iconic pizza places. That's right, there's a ton here that have been staples in the community for many years, but one in particular, like you guys saw in the opening there, that is Izzy Kohlvalt, the owner with her husband of IZZY'S Pizza. That's right, IZZY'S Pizza was a staple here in Portland. Started as a SHAKEY's Pizza. The couple decided to open their own restaurant, and they were already in the pizza business, and that brings us here, right here, to IZZY'S Pizza. But Portland loved the classic buffet. That's right, IZZY'S was known for their buffets and obviously their pizza. This location is now closed, and I believe all the IZZY'S is now maybe bankrupt or just closed. When you go to the website or pull up Google, most of them say permanently closed, permanently closed. I believe the one in Albany still says temporarily closed, but if you actually go to IZZY'S.com, the page no longer exists. So I'm pretty sure the company went under. We're going to take a look at IZZY'S, talk a little bit more about how the company came about. I'm going to insert some cool pictures that I was able to find. But basically just take a look at the IZZY'S, which will probably not be here for much longer. This location roughly opened, I believe, 1987, maybe 88. Their first location, IZZY'S, located in Albany, Oregon. And then the franchise went on to do, I think, about 20 more stores over the Northwest Oregon regions, including Gresham in 1985, I believe, was like maybe their third or fourth location. I was able to pull up some old-timey pictures and an article that I found via the Oregonian, which I will insert here. But unfortunately, this IZZY'S is going to be no longer. So I wanted to kind of come and just document it. Now, like I said, they were known for their buffets and all their pizza. They tried to revamp a lot of their locations by serving tacos and just kind of switching up the menu. Izzy and her husband, like I said, he was a known bartender and cook for SHAKEY's Pizza. So basically decided to just get their own operations. And if you can see here, estimated 1979. So they had a pretty good run. And I definitely remember eating not only at this location, but the Gresham one many of times. And I think they tried to make a lot of their locations look the same, with the kind of classic design of the building, with all the like kind of rounded windows and things like that. I believe the original Gresham store kind of looked familiar. Now, I'm not sure if these locations were exactly built for these stores originally. I think they were custom built for the stores. But right there you can see IZZY'S 1979 grill, bakery, salads, and pizza. And I believe they are closed for good. Well, it says here IZZY'S Pizza, IZZY'S restaurant system temporarily closed effective March 17th, 2020 in response to the worldwide coronavirus pandemic. All restaurants in the IZZY'S restaurant systems are temporarily closed. It will last until at least April 14th. We appreciate your past and future patronage and look forward to reopening as soon as it's deemed safe by local, state, and federal authorities. Thank you for understanding and sacrifice during this national and international crisis. You and IZZY'S are doing our part to help prevent the spread of the virus. And then it says, for more info, please visit IZZY'Spizza.com. But the only problem with that is their website is totally down, and it looks like, from the looks of it, most of everything is out of here. There was a ton of history on those reader boards in the back there. They actually had like a timeline of the company. So all that's left here is basically these signs. Oh, here's a follow us on Facebook and Instagram with the classic IZZY'S signage. I don't think most of this stuff will be here very much longer. I'm pretty sure most of this has been cleared out of here in the last, year and a half, 2 years. The lights are on still, so there is electricity. I'm gonna kind of just go over here and stick the camera in the window. It looks like there is some benches and seating still here, along with a couple other like refrigeration systems. But here's the classic booths. I'm gonna kind of just walk along the windows here. Maybe we can sneak a peek at oh yeah, it looks like most of the stuff is getting ready to be pulled out. Wow, that's really unfortunate. This was definitely a great restaurant. A lot of good times here, and their pizza was actually really good, and then they had all the desserts and everything to go with. But as you can see, there's really not much left at all. There's like a Pepsi machine back in there. Looks like they're getting ready to basically get everything out of here, which is really unfortunate. This company had a great run. Like I said, they ran the SHAKEY's Pizza, which was a huge hit. And her husband Jim passed away in 1979, and IZZY decided to keep up the business with her son. And I believe her son, Jim Jr., and I'm sorry if I'm wrong on that, actually co-franchised owned this one. I think they changed hands or owners on a couple of the other locations over the years, but her son was able to run this one and keep it going. Looks like they had maybe a walkout or takeout window at some point too. Gosh, it looks like someone shot it. I think those are actual bullet holes. If you can see, there's like a pizza rack in there still. But other than that, not much. I believe that is the old pizza rack. So the lights are still on. You can see up above here, they're all the way around. Oh, by the way, this is 8302 Southeast 82nd, right here, directly behind the old Burger King. And they still have the sign up, which like I said, I don't really see that lasting for much longer unless they do decide to reopen it. Their website and everything that else I found have basically said permanently closed. So I don't really see this signage probably being here for much longer. I could be wrong. They could be just moving things around or not. Let's peek in these windows over here and see this side of the restaurant. We're just on the opposite side there. Looks like they've got some kitchen items in there still. a lot of the things they would use to cook with in the kitchen. I never knew that they actually had this little back seating area too. I never actually came back here. I'm wondering if we can... Oh yeah, it looks like this does open. This would make for a nice little seating arrangement for another restaurant as well. So, pretty unfortunate. And like I said, these guys definitely had their hands in the pie, or fingers in the pie, no pun intended. The pizza pie. You can see there the wallpaper's all been ripped off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. You can see they've taken some door stoppers and light switch covers off. So this is pretty much them gutting it at this point. And I don't know if I'm even supposed to be on this little deck area, so I'm gonna jaunt out of here. But I wanted to just kind of show you guys this and really just document it as well, because like I said, I definitely enjoyed eating here. Their buffets were really good, and you could load up. I mean, they had fried chicken. Obviously, their pizzas were really good. And the company tried a lot of different marketing plots and plans over the years, but I would definitely remember Izzy being on the commercials. She actually wrote a cookbook, and she also wrote a memoir of her life, which I will leave in the comments, or in the description rather. I believe it's called My Name is Izzy, and it's Izzy Coal Vault. It's available on Amazon. I'll leave all those links as well, and some other information too. But like I said, this is pretty much going to be the final days. I don't see this building being destroyed, because it still is in fairly decent shape. But I do see maybe another restaurant operating here. You can see the parking lot's enormous. At one point this place was really packed full of folks on a Saturday night. I remember coming here a couple times. In fact, just about 4 or 5 years ago, we were driving down 82nd, and my nephew was so funny. He was only about 2. I said, "Hey, where do you want to go for your birthday?" And he could read at a really young age. I believe we passed a sign, and he said, "I want to go to my favorite restaurant." Out of all the places, he said IZZY'S. So I think my mom took him over to the Gateway location. There was an IZZY'S there as well. I'm not sure if I believe they're closed down as well. But this was one of the ones that did really, really well. And like I said, with her son kind of co-owning it, he was able to, you know, keep the family service and the history and everything like that. And I love these inside here along the windows. They've got these like almost like stained glass looking windows, and on top there too, on those 3, there's some like stained glass. But that was their number one, was their product and how the way they took care of their customers. So he was able to keep that alive. And it's unfortunate, because I was trying to maybe see if I could get the camera inside. It looks like they've done a pretty darn good deal of taking all the posters down, but I will insert a picture that I dug up online of actually the history. You can't read it very well just because the picture at the time was taken kind of farther back, but at one point there was an entire poster inside here with like a timeline showing the different restaurants when they opened, and pictures of the family and friends and patrons of the restaurants over the years. So definitely gonna miss you, IZZY'S. Haven't had a chance to visit you probably, and I haven't been to this location in probably a good 10 years or so. It's unfortunate. If I would have known the company was, you know, gonna be going out of business or closing for good, I probably would have ordered a ton of pizzas or came here and had some kind of get together and a party, just because I do remember coming to IZZY'S after all my basketball and baseball games as a kid. We would have the big pizza parties, you know, and you could stack your plate up just as high as you could make it. The all-you-can-eat buffet was reasonably priced, and the different styles of pizzas that Izzy created over the years was pretty impressive. You know, they had to kind of always find like a little niche, and she created like a certain pie where they would fill the crust and then put another layer of crust over it, and just kind of, you know, trying to revamp ideas and stuff. I would believe that it was probably a difficult not keeping your business up, because her name actually was pretty big. A lot of people knew of Izzy's, but the convenience of ordering and the different options that came about throughout the years, being so spoiled out here, we have so many different pizza options. But like I said, rest in peace to Izzy's. Gonna miss you, and I appreciate you guys very much for tuning in. And if you guys have any good memories of Izzy's, or you met her, or anything like that, I'd love to hear about it in the comment section. I remember actually meeting her one time at the Gresham location. My friend Brandy worked there as a waitress, and we went in there one day and she said, well, I got to get back to work, my boss is upset. And I'm like, who, Izzy? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's here? Yeah. So she came out to the table and said hello, and it was actually pretty cool to see somebody that you would, you know, recognize from TV or just really eating her pizza, to actually meet the owner. So that was pretty cool. Anyways, love you guys very much for tuning in. That's going to do it from Izzy's Pizza, 82nd Avenue. I love you guys very much. If you guys make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, you can ring that bell. That way when I creep, you guys will be the first to creep. Creeper out for now. Darn it, now I got to go find some pizza. I really wish they were open. I definitely would have eaten here today. Their salad bar sounded good right now. So see you guys soon. Creeper out for now. Peace. Got security rolling through, making sure everything's good. Not much going on here, fellas. lot of pizzas. Gonna miss you, Izzy's.